Okay, so a lot of us know that sugar is bad for you. And carbohydrates need to be limited to a certain extent, especially when you're trying to lose weight. Carbohydrates are starches, bread, rice, pastas, croissants, donuts are all yummy, but they're not good for you. We know that. For the most part, we do at least. Definitely not the donuts. Maybe the breads people still think are pretty healthy. I'm not going to get into why bread is not healthy, but what I'll kind of talk about is just one concept, which is sugar. Sugar, we all know sugar is bad for you. A lot of people will say, yeah, you got to have a little bit. Or it's okay to have a little bit, just anything in moderation. Excuse me. Everything in moderation, you know. And to a certain extent, I kind of agree with that. As far as everything in moderation. But one thing to realize, one concept I want to leave you with, and what I want to talk about in this video is sugar is extremely addicting. Even if you stop eating sugar, even if you stop eating sugar for a long time, like I haven't had any real processed sugar. I've had some fruit every now and again, but nothing super sweet. Oh, I did have some dark chocolate last night. It's very good. But if you haven't had sugar in a really long time, you'll still crave it. Nothing will stop you from craving it. And sometimes if you stay away from candy, you kind of talk yourself into it. Like, okay, well, it's just a little piece. It doesn't have that many calories. I've been working out. I deserve a treat. And you know what? I agree with that to a certain extent. The problem with that is that the effect that refined sugar, candy, even if it's a small piece, has a significant effect on your blood sugar level and your insulin level and just the entire human body. To a certain extent, it's almost like a poison, but it does throw things completely out of whack. It's kind of like putting jet fuel into a car. If you put jet fuel into a car, it'll ruin it. And you don't want to do that because the car won't function properly. Might not be the best analogy, but keep in mind that when you eat sugar every day, even if it's a little piece, it could be like a Hershey's Kisses, could be Jolly Rancher, and you eat it every day, you will always need it. And if you stop eating it, you don't need it, but just want it. And what do I mean by need? That means you really need it. That means after dinner, you have to have something sweet all the time. And if you don't, you're going to lose your mind. You get irritable very easily if you don't get your candy or sweets. As an adult, we rationalize why it's okay for us to have little treats here and again, but if you have it every day, you actually need it. You're addicted to it, not much different than smoking cigarettes. Are there worse things than eating candy? Yes, absolutely. But just keep in mind that sugar is a highly addictive substance that really does ruin your body, and I'll even call it a gateway drug because you really can. I always tell people, the cookie, having one piece of cookie or one candy is really not that much of a problem, and I really believe that. The problem is what happens after that, because sure, you only have one cookie, but later on it turns into more. Maybe not that day, but later, because you find reasons to continue eating this stuff, and it throws your blood sugar out of whack, and you just continue to crave it on a regular basis. And then as you eat more carbohydrates, breads, rice, pastas, and candies, what will end up happening is vegetables won't taste good. Desire to eat meat won't taste good. It's kind of like kids. That's why ever hear when you were younger, don't spoil your dinner by eating dessert. And that's very true, because what will end up happening is eating the sweets will kill the taste to want to eat anything else, or eat anything else healthy at least. And that's the problem. So you eat some candy here and there, but will you really? If you eat some, say, bread or even pasta, your desire to eat vegetables will be significantly reduced. Imagine if you were to replace a cup of rice with a cup of lettuce, or 3 cups of lettuce, some zucchini, maybe a little bit, maybe 2 ounces of sweet potato, and some onions and mushrooms. That would probably be equivalent to the calories of 1 cup of rice, but which do you think is more nutritious? So anyways, just want to leave you with that. Just a little thought. Okay, have a great day.